Ike, listen, we gotta talk. If you've been rocking with this channel, then you remember we dropped a video a while back. And yeah, we said some things about Jonathan Majors. We went with the narrative that he was the villain in that situation with Grace Jabbari. But we gotta be real with y'all. We spoke too soon. We fell for the headlines. We didn't wait for all the facts. And now, after digging into the full story, the receipts, the footage, the court docs, the timeline, everything, it's clear Jonathan Majors ain't the monster the media painted him to be. This video right here, it's the correction. It's the truth. No clickbait, no drama, just what really went down and why a lot of folks owe Jonathan an apology. Let's break it down. First off, let's not forget who Jonathan Majors is. Dude came out the gates swinging. He was killing it in Lovecraft Country, had the world hype for Kang the Conqueror, and his role in Creed 3? Certified. Everyone was talking about how he was the next Denzel-type level actor. Real talent, real presence. Hollywood was all in on him. He had it all. The roles, the look, the respect. Then boom, one headline flipped everything. March 2023, NYPD gets called over some domestic dispute between Jonathan and his then-girl, Grace Jabbari. Cops show up, arrest Jonathan. She says he hit her. The media, they don't ask no questions, they just run with it. Next thing you know, he's labeled a woman beater. Disney drops him, folks unfollowing, fans switching sides, just like that. But here's where it gets sketchy. Grace said Jonathan assaulted her in a car after she saw a text from another chick on his phone. Said he twisted her arm, hit her, caused pain, all that. But get this, less than 24 hours after the so-called attack, she was out clubbing, straight up, partying with friends, drink in hand, dancing like nothing happened. No bruises, no marks, not a scratch. So let me ask y'all, does that sound like someone who just got beat up? Or someone who's trying to play the victim? But y'all know how the media is. The second a black man gets accused of anything, it's open season. They don't wait for facts. They don't care about context. It's cancel first, ask questions never. Jonathan ain't even get a chance to speak his side before folks dropped him like a bad mixtape. Disney cut ties, agencies dipped, people on social talking like they knew what happened when all they knew was gossip. In December 2023, it went to trial. Now, he did get found guilty of 2 misdemeanor charges, but yo, hear me out. They couldn't prove the assault like she claimed. No felony, no serious injuries. And a lot of people walked out of that courtroom still confused on what really happened. Like, they hit him with the lightest thing possible. Just enough to say he's guilty, but not enough to actually match her story. So was it justice, or was it just saving face? And here's where it gets spicy. Let's really talk about this whole setup theory, because honestly, a lot of things just ain't adding up. Grace Jabbari said she got assaulted in that car, right? But the way everything unfolded after that, it's real suspect. First off, let's not ignore the fact that she went back to his crib the same night. Like, you're saying this man hit you, twisted your arm, threw you around, but then you pull back up to his place? That don't make no sense. And then you out clubbing hours later, on camera, with your friends. No bruises, no limping, no medical attention, nothing. If this was so traumatic, why are you vibing like nothing happened? Cops were considering that maybe she was the aggressor, but the DA chose not to pursue it. Probably because they didn't want to make things messy. But yo, why would cops even consider that if her story was airtight? And let's not forget the text messages. She's texting Jonathan saying, "I told them it wasn't your fault. I didn't mean for you to get arrested. I'll make sure nothing happens." Come on now. What victim you know is trying to protect their abuser after getting hurt? It sounds like she knew this whole thing went sideways. Like maybe she got mad, overreacted, maybe even lied. And when it spiraled into real consequences, she tried to backpedal. But by then, it was too late. The media had already taken off with the Jonathan's guilty narrative. And what's the move now? She's suing him for defamation. Defamation. Saying Jonathan made her look like a liar. Like, girl, you made yourself look like a liar. You can't tell one story, act a whole different way, and then get mad when people start connecting dots, especially when there's video and text receipts saying otherwise. Real talk, this is what happens when someone plays with someone else's life, career, and reputation just 'cause they're in their feelings. And look, we're not saying she sat down and plotted this like some villain in a Netflix show, but the way it played out, it's real convenient. And it cost Jonathan everything. He lost movies, he lost money, he lost roles. Disney dropped him, his rep got dragged. People ain't even wait for a trial. Just boom, he's guilty in the court of public opinion. So yeah, call it what you want, but it's looking a whole lot like a setup. Meanwhile, Jonathan stayed quiet for the most part. No interviews bashing her, no wild rants online. He just took the hit, kept his head down, and did what he had to do. He's even doing a domestic violence program, not 'cause he said he did anything wrong, but probably just to move forward and get back to work. That takes humility, man. A lot of people would have folded, but he kept it solid. And you know what? He's still got people rocking with him. Michael B. Jordan said he's proud of how Jonathan handled everything. Said he'd work with him again in a heartbeat. That's real. His new movie, Magazine Dreams, drops in 2025. A story about pain, obsession, and fighting to prove yourself. Kinda sounds like his real life, huh? That comeback arc finna be serious. So, look, I'm not saying we ignore real victims. Not at all. But when the facts don't add up, we gotta question the narrative. Jonathan Majors ain't perfect. But from everything we've seen, this man was thrown under the bus off one messy night, one shaky story, and a media that never gave him a shot. Don't let the headlines tell you who to cancel. Look deeper, 'cause sometimes the villain they show you is actually the one being hunted. So yeah, this whole situation with Jonathan Majors, it ain't as black and white as they made it seem. If you rock with the truth, not the trending lies, if you believe in second chances and real talk, then you already know what to do. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring that bell so you never miss a drop. And most importantly, stay juicy. We stay watching, we stay questioning, and we don't fall for every headline. I'll catch y'all in the next one.